when money comes, the will be around you. When money goes, they will left. I wanted to leave. She called me that if I have never seen this before, so she asked me if I'm still a kid, so I should come and continue what I was doing. I lost my mom, I lost my siblings, I lost my dad, so I was the only one that survived. My uncle's wife, we are now the person managing the money aspects, and she was very, very rude to my uncle. The whole thing started when I was 7 years. The whole thing started when I was 7 years. So my mom, my dad, we have a friend that we normally visit every Sunday. So one fateful day, we are driving as usual. So we had a crash. I lost my mom, I lost my siblings, I lost my dad. So I was the only one that survived. As you can see, I have a terrible time. So I have one uncle in Lagos. He's a businessman. He sells electronics, phones. So he came down to pick me up. So I go with him, and he sponsored me. He put me in school. Like, everything was cool, and I was learning the business as well. So I was very, very smart, and everything was perfect. So my uncle was treating me very, very okay. Like, I was not lacking anything. So, and I'm furthering my education. So people were like, "Is this your son?" Yes, people were jealous of me, and he always called me his son. Like, he always called me my boy. Like, so when I was done with my secondary school, and I decided to focus on the business. So on a fateful day, we were selling as usual. So one beautiful auntie came in. She bought some phones, but I noticed that my uncle, they exchanged numbers, and with the time I start seeing the auntie often. I assume that they are dating. The auntie, she studied business. She's on a business admin, if I could remember. So, and that kind of person is like a dream come true. When it comes to my uncle, he likes a business woman. He likes business women. So he sponsored her all through her years in school. Yeah, if I could remember, he sponsored her. So when she was done with school, so my uncle brought an idea of opening a new shop. I was like, So he opened a new shop for both of us to manage it, and we have appliances all over the other shops. So my business were going so perfect. So when she was done with school, so my uncle married her. So we are living together. So in the house, we are three in the house now. So everything was cool and fine. Both of them were living together as husband and wife, and I have my separate room. Things were perfect, like clothing, jewelries, everything were okay. Like everybody was enjoying the good money, the wealth. So at a point, my uncle business just collapsed. Like so, and I found out that the the importation just sank. So I was thinking, what's going on, and all the apprentices we had, everybody left because the business is collapsing. Even we find it difficult to eat 3 square meal like before. And my uncle starts thinking, so things were extremely hard. At a point, we couldn't even afford to buy rice as usual. We give to the villagers. My uncle buy rice to the in-laws, like to the some friends he has. He normally do giveaways or all this Christmas. Things were very, very, very tough for him. So things were extremely hard. So the landlord was on our neck. So we have to close the main warehouse because people were demanding for some gadgets, some phones. We couldn't provide as usual we do. So we have to close the other shop and focus on the other one. So he suggests me and my auntie should manage the other shop as usual. Let him focus in and find another alternative. So he tried so many business. He tried okrika. He tried selling food stuff from Guausa and all that, but things were not still stable. So we kept on managing life, and my uncle's wife, we are now the person managing the money aspects. She be the one to say yes, and she be the one to say no in the house. And she was very, very rude to my uncle. But I keep wondering why things are going this way. She was very, very rude in a certain way that he talked to my uncles. He talked to my uncle anyhow. Like I was surprised. I was asking myself why, because she was okay. She was cool when she came into the family. But now my uncle doesn't have money. She's now disrespecting my uncle, shouting at my uncle anyhow, and like doing all sorts of things, which I'm surprised because she doesn't act that way before. She was giving me what I want. She sometimes she go out, she buy things for me, she buy clothes. So I was, in terms of me, I was okay. I was comfortable. But I was even surprised because she was like still pampering me, showing me care, showing me mothering love. I Like I was still surprised why she's like why she's doing all that. At this point, I was confused because my auntie was showing me care, love, but it comes to my uncle, she shouts at my uncle, very rude and not even showing the wife material to my uncle. Like, even when my uncle will come back from wherever he went and he asked my auntie what will cook today, she just acts weird, she just acts rude, and she just snubbed my uncle. Like, everything was I was just confused. So I started to believe when money comes, the women will be around you. When money goes, they will left. They will start showing their attitude and their different behaviors. If not that, my uncle was the one that sponsor her in her education. So why would she treat my uncle that way? She's changed, totally changed towards my uncle. This very day I was in my room, I always sleep naked, and she came in. I believe she see me naked, and I was sleeping. I was not even paying attention to that, but I saw her in the room. So she asked me to go downstairs and put on gen because there was no light. So I put on my clothes and go down to put on the gen. So after putting on the gen, I keep on wondering why is she looking at me that way, because I within myself I was thinking what's wrong with her. So I just wave it away and move on. So the next day she called me. So the next day, in the house, I normally wake up early and go to the shop because I'll be the one to open the shop. So my uncle left as usual to hustle as a man. So boy, she complained in the morning when I was going out. She complained of back pain. So around 10 a.m. she called me on phone that I should hand over the shop to our neighbor to come and help her with something. So I quickly moved to answer her. When I walked to the room and she asked me to massage her back, but that she is having a back pain, I was surprised because this is my uncle's wife, and I believe this is my uncle's duty to do such. So I did it because I was not having any bad intention, or I was free with myself. So I massaged her, then she appreciates, and I left. I go back to the shop. So the next day was Saturday. Everywhere was sanitation. My uncle left very early and on sanitation. We in Nigeria we don't do business that early, so we have certain time to go out for business. So I was sleeping and her call wake me up. So immediately I woke up. She was asking me if I'm still sleeping. So I checked my time and it's time to go to the shop and arrange things. So she called me. She said I should come and help her with some things before going to the shop. So I rushed, brushing up, freshening up, and meet her in her room. So realizing that she's lying on the bed, and she called me and asked me that she's still having back pain, that I should come and help her before going to the shop. So I didn't felt any, I just did it normal as usual. I believe she finished bathing because she's tying wrapper. So I was massaging her. At some point she asked me, did I hear any noise? That did I lock the Ghana? And I know that my uncle left very early. I told her that I was not aware because I was just waking up now. So she asked me to check if it's locked, which I quickly moved to check. So we normally lock our protector because we have a robbery in the streets years ago. So everybody were careful and were protected. When I finished, I rushed back to the room. When I came inside the room, my auntie was naked and she was rubbing cream. Her wrapper was on the floor. I saw everything. She's blessed. She has it all. So I wanted to leave. She called me that if I have never seen this before. So she asked me if I'm still a kid, so I should come and continue what I was doing. So she picked up her wrapper and then I continued what I was doing. After I was done with the massage, so I rushed down and to open up the shop. So later on, she later come and join with me in the shop, and that was it. The next day I was in the shop and she called me that she would come. I know what is going on. I assume that is her back pains as usual. So I quickly rushed to answer her. So getting to the house, and I saw her cover herself with wrapper, like, so she gave me the rub to apply. So I applied it in a certain way that she asked me to go more deeper, go more, that I should touch her. Yes, I should touch her breast. So I was scared to do so. So she asked me if I if I've never seen all this, because yesterday I definitely see everything. She started putting me in the mood, and we start kissing, touching, and me and my uncle's wife had sex.
Wow.
So when we are done with the sex, I wanted to leave the room. She called me and said, "Do you know that you're a great man?" So I didn't understand what she was saying. I left the room. So the next day, she continued showing me her breast, showing me her boobs and all that. I keep on telling her that, "See, you are my uncle's wife and we need to stop." But she insisted, and I was just enjoying the vibe, and at some point I start enjoying it, and we continued. So till my uncle caught us and he has chased me out from the house. I just don't know what to do. I just need an advice.